Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. As we are hitting or finalizing the eclipse season, there is a time of new commitment and dedication coming to the forefront. Reason why is because of the moon energies. So Venus went to a 13 lunar cycles actually started out in July 2018 and is finishing up right now, meaning the female vibration is coming to a rise because the number 13, if you count that 1 plus 3 makes up a 4. A 4 is a lightning bolt, a pure lightning bolt is coming to open up, which also means that we are moving into the eternal vibrations, and so lifting the earth as everything is collapsing, the old system is collapsing. So please do not give attention anymore to the news, social media, all that stuff still talks about what was happening with the pandemic, and so feeding into it continuously means you keep your energy in these low vibrations that were only meant to distract you from the real facts going on, and that is complete depopulation actually. So moving out of the linear time also means moving into a spiral, so the eternal spiral, or a pentagram. If we have a pentagram is connected to the number 5, is a spiral. The eternal spiral is coming to the forefront with the eternal being. So work a lot with the moon cycles, especially work with light earth moon to the water content of your embodiment. And also like education and health is going into a new way, which we are seeing massively everywhere actually. So and that is meaning this extreme finalization of eclipses will go to the planetary alignment of Venus and Uranus. Uranus, that means total liberation when aligned to it. So breathing the new solar system through with your sun stream and working your vibration up from Venus into Andromeda, from Uranus into the North Star with little and bigger, deeper. That is exactly the timing of bringing your heart and high heart into one flow, opening new capacities in your brains, new inventions, new creativities. I experience a lot of people being tired of their old creations, even if it is in paintings, in arts, in music. They want new stuff, and that is what is coming around with that culmination of 13 lunar cycles, and thus a lightning bolt can be opened up in your brain capacity to bring that through, should you be willing to align to this beautiful last eclipse 2020 on July 4 and 5th, so depending on where you are. Remember, when connected to the North Star, the guiding star, it's all about co-creation with the elements and everything between the moon and the sun that needs to flow together. So what I'm seeing here is new spark to spark connections that are needed. People have been eliminating, detaching from old friendships, acquaintances, jobs, but then again, we also need new ones to fill that empty space in a very deep way. So people are getting disinterested in the most mundane global conversations and willing to go in the higher level of the philosophical rooms with new people in their environment and connecting to them. So that will, these new encounters will massively open up because they are needed to bring, let's say, an innovative space to what is happening now. So here, please do not dig into the news, these distractions, the killing fields, everything that is happening with the mask, the injections or G5 stations. When you live in a light body and a light environment, with that I mean a crystalline grid space that overrides the density, such energies cannot hit you. And the same will be going on with the present medication, because the earth is starting to live more and more and more into its ascension, and so we need to equalize up to that, meaning the cellular division in your body is going to move quicker and quicker and quicker, and willing to move what I teach into light parts in which you become an original light wave or spark of light, moving on to the other side. So the other side will someday completely move into this. So we are being asked to move or bring the arc of consciousness all the way there from the Hight Heart, your immune system, meaning you become completely immune to the present happenings. Yet we need to do our part to cleanse up the atrocities, the lies, everything that is going on, just to keep you in an old belief of governmental nonsense. So that nobody in the government, nobody in society cares about you. So it's up to us to care about each other and let the beauty of your heart vibration come to the forefront. As the heart, and I'm talking about the heart more in correlation with Venus, Andromeda, and up into the universal pink vibration it is. So working with the pink ray in combination with the green ray and inviting their celestial bodies will keep you density free with your celestial body. So beliefs and external programming should completely evaporate. So this is really an extreme eclipse that allows you to connect with this omnipotent universe, which is the black universe, the black beauty, black omnipotent potential. So therefore I'm talking about new creativities, innovative parlor between sparks actually, and seeing their higher vibration and potential. So we will have a different intake on events, on information, and we will feel that we will move into a space in which we get to know self a lot better, but also other people from many, many different countries, as we move into a global unification process, the fusion that happens through the Alpha Omega antenna. Should you be willing to align to them, then you need to ask for that fusion, and that happens in crystalline grid structures. So here there is a serious nature as well, of course, because if we can see how many planets were retrograde, there is a reason why. We had the purification of Pluto in there, and the higher aspect, or the little planets above Pluto in the sky, which is Homea, that's an ellipse, works very deep with this lunar eclipse. And Makemake, that's also a planet above Pluto, so that's very high in the sky. And you can work with these energies to bring the eclipse through in every chakra system. So preferably you align every chakra to the horse of light, which is Shambhala. So here we have that healing component, or that pure white ray through these many planets coming through, that are very beneficial, because it's exactly the white universe, the white ray, the highest level of healing that has been held back from us from many decades on this planet. And that moving that in coordination with the most or the highest level of expansion through the element ray, which is Islet connected to Jupiter, but especially here, as it is a culmination of 13 lunar cycles and your particular sun stream, it is important to connect to the higher aspect as well of Europa moon and Io moon, Io. And when moving that in, you will feel that if we open up to Venus, Andromeda, and move into Uranus and into the North Star, let yourself be guided to open up that expansion through your spinal column uh, with the moon vibrations through the water, like the fluids that run through the spine, then the fluids that run through the lymph nodes, and your kidneys, of course, and the many fluids, intracellular fluids. So we can just ask for that and connect to many water gates, either oceans, lakes, and many other power plants, such as the rivers and the falls we have all over this beautiful planet. So we really need to start flowing with nature. So if we have the combination of the heart, the high heart, and that excellence of knowledge through the northern star, then we can open up our higher ley lines and move straight into new education, new health, and download our information. So here is, we will be shown the way. So it's all about actually opening our consciousness, multi-directional and multi-dimensional. You see, so the vertical and horizontal ley lines bring some merging, and that is actually a grid. If we have ley lines moving like this and like this, and we crisscross them, we have squares, right? So it's not that difficult. Many people still think it's difficult to override the densities of the electromagnetics. There is now such a thing. So here I would strongly suggest to go into that, or either way, I have a very fantastic eclipsing meditation going on, and also a 5-day online that is moving out of the old into the gold, which repairs the breath, which gets the old stuff out of your sacral center and your intestinal tracts, which is very important, uplifting your breath, your connection to your source, and eclipsing all chakras within, which is fun to do. So these 5 days online can also be purchased quite separately. Or if you have your divine connection, then look out for the new encounters from spark to spark, because in the end that's all we will have, and move that up with the elements, with nature, with the fairies, the divas, the nymphs, the sylphs. It's about the communication of the elements and what they need us to do to repair them, because we brought all these atrocities into creation, so we need to reset them. And so yeah, It is really a time to cut your dual cords. That is where I specialize in individual sessions these days, cutting out the dual cords, open up your breath into your celestial bodies, your spiritual body, so you can breathe free from density. And that is all to do with your circulation system and your arteries, especially the pulmonary artery, which I specialize in as well, because if that is not done, we are apt to breathing density everywhere. And so I wish you loads of success moving that through, or just moving into the out of the linear time into the eternal spiral, in which you will feel the waves all of the time. When you do feel the waves coming through all of the time, then I can guarantee you're moving into the sixth dimension and could hold your spiritual body at all times. If you never feel what you breathe through in order to connect, then there's work to do. That is simple. I talk simple truth, and that once that is being understood, you can know what you really want to go for, and that is taking new decisions every day. Do you want to keep yourself in density, or do you want to move on the other side or not? And that takes some work. It takes responsibility. It takes choices. But then again, if you can do it, every family member in the home, in your environment, can benefit from your energy. And that is how the global change will start off, and bringing the fusion through with those in a lighthouse. Thank you so much for being with me, sharing my channel, commenting, communicating, especially. Do not afraid to ask, or whatever it is, and let's keep it updated, because after this eclipse it's going to go wild out there. Okay, good luck, success, keep it safe, but especially start being yourselves beyond the nonsense.